Ah, lettuce this time.
Oh, there you go.
Strange. Should be live.
Yeah.
Nothing.
My sync might be off. My phone. Wait for it. No, we are live. Look at that.
Bam.
Bam.
On with Chris. On with Charlie. Fade music. Double bam.
Bam, bam.
All right, man. It's the 17th, right?
Yeah, it is. Wow.
So-
God damn, this month's flying by.
It's May 17th.
Sorry.
I'm Chris.
I'm Charlie.
And we are.
Eight ballin'. You thought I was gonna have to reach for it. You didn't know I already had it.
I didn't.
You're like, where
I
is
have a
it?
tequila. Have a ginger ale. I'm all set up this week. Didn't work out
I
today.
am. What? What
I
did
said I didn't work out today, but that's fine.
Okay.
That's all.
I'll forgive you for that. I'll let that all let you have today for not workout.
I don't like, yeah. I've gotten in better shape and lost weight since this whole shelter fucking thing.
I have lost muscle mass and gained weight during this whole
Good for you.
shelter-in-place thing.
Good for you.
It's good. Yeah.
Um,
I'm comfortable.
I've been watching Rogan. He's getting.
Me too. I watched what? Different.
He's getting irreverent. People are starting to
expand.
People are starting to, in terms of the last two episodes or maybe more, he's been questioning and he's been like Mr. Passivity, you know. He's been questioning the whole shelter-in-place thing, and I guess the lockdowns. Well, Michigan's is up there with Gretchen. Gretchen and Mika are running neck and neck for my two best friends now, but their governor apparently, if you saw the episodes, California's equally or more so out of hand, and they published a list of like shit you can do, like down to Nat's ass detail, where it's like the government's getting out of hand. And I want to talk about Gretchen Whitmer and the barbershop thing. It's bad news, man. It's bad news.
Bet you're glad that you got your
My gun now?
your world and yes, your guns. Got your gats.
Yes. Do you know that gun
I don't
was a
mean to make light of it.
source of controversy?
Why? Oh, because because it was a cop kill. It's able to
Yeah, it
penetrate
was-
body armor, the
right.
rounds. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
if you
they,
get them, yeah, it was designed as a cop killer. So
Yeah. Chris bought a gun that shoots I wouldn't say armor penetrating, but they are designed for that.
no,
Shells.
it was designed to be an armor penetrating sidearm.
Right, but I don't know if they
And
like,
after
defined the
6 or
AP
8 years,
that it
they
covers,
offered it to the general public
Citizens.
with different rounds. I'm sorry, what were
They're
you
like,
saying?
No. Nothing. I was just talking about the technical definition of armor penetrating, but it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's a cool gun. I was jerking around Chris last week telling him that's like a anti-government gun, and he's like, yeah. So good. I'm glad.
So do you know the deal with Gretchen Whitmer in the barbershop and what she did?
No.
Oh my
Give me
God.
a rundown.
So there was a guy in, I think, Owasso, Michigan, 77-year-old man. He's had a barbershop since forever, like 50 plus years. And, oh, cheers. I'm having tequila today. I haven't in a while.
You already said that. I don't have tequila.
No, I said it to you. Did I say it to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
then fuck you. I'll drink alone.
It's the weekend. No worries.
So he did not abide by the rules for business. He opened his barbershop. And here's what bothers me. So she went and she got, she tried to get a stay against him. And the judge said no to the governor's stay. He said it's not constitutional. You can't keep him from opening his business. And this is like, this is exactly why you fear government. So you got Gretchen Whitmer, who, was a kind of a small-time politician, right, at the state level. And I think kind of small-time person, sorry. And so what did she do? She went to the LARA, the Licensing and Administrative...
regulatory I don't even know. I know what you're talking about, though, Laura. Yeah, it's where all the state.
regulatory
anybody who has
agency.
a business in Michigan has.
Yeah,
to be,
licensing,
has to,
administration, and
registration.
regulatory agency. So, so she just did an end around, went to them, and had the attorney general revoke his business license.
She said, "Pull it." Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like she did it the right way. Went to the court. The court said no. He can open his business, and then she pulled his license. She did an end around. She's like, "You're a barber. I'm the governor. I hold your license. I'm pulling it." She just went and plucked his license. And I don't know what the legalities. I'm sure that there's language in the license that says if you want to do it, you can. But she did what governors gone awry do, which is start taking charge. Start being regular people who react like, I'm the governor, you're a barber, I'm bigger than you. Bam, pulled your license. That is scary. That is scary.
Yeah. Yeah, no more job, right? Not just for him, but everyone who's employing or whatever. And
No due process.
it sucks.
I have the ability to pull your license. So now, because they pulled her license, she can send the sheriff or the state police, whoever the enforcement agency is for that, and
Shut
go
him
arrest
down.
the fucking guy.
Operates.
Well, no, she did shut him
Not
down.
just fine. Yeah.
But now if he opens
Oh,
his
really?
door,
He can be arrested for operating?
yes, he'll be operating without a
I s-
license. Now it's a crime.
And this is,
This is
okay.
government gone awry. And this
For
is
me-
like California. Sorry, I keep interrupting, but
No, go
California making the list that Joe Rogan went crazy over, and he's generally just passive about this shit. He's like, you're telling me I can go to the beach, but I can't sit. I can watch the sunrise. I can watch. You're fucking telling me I can watch the sunrise? And he's like, I'm thinking about bugging out, going to Texas where they're saying you can do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I could totally understand his way of thinking. For
Yeah,
me,
I mean, he's a hunter and this and that. So, and I hate that saying this and that. For you, sorry,
and this
I'm all
and that.
torqued up, man.
Oh no. You're all right. I want to say first off, I agree with you. That's good to be torqued up about. The impact for me is like, what's the calculation? The equation for force of impact? It's like speed times divided by velocity divided by time. I don't know. Whatever. I've been seeing this shit like I've expected this for a long time. It's not blowing my mind that they're doing this. It starts with me at the very fact that he's licensed in the first place. Because they're doing that so in preparation for shit when this happens, they're the absolute regulatory body that can just be like, oh, you don't want to fucking do what we say? How about we just do this little turnaround? We'll pull your license and have the sheriff show up next time you try to open your store. Or
Well-
you cut someone's fucking hair. God, jeez. Like, who needs a license to do that? Who really believes that you need that?
It's because he's cutting hair, and he's doing something that's like considered a public health thing. So I have given this no thought. So I'm not sure. My reaction is he has the ability to run an establishment that doesn't abide by certain like health things in terms of like having instruments that like you shave, so you need to like clean your instruments and stuff like that. like restaurants. It would be similar to a restaurant kind of thing. Like, so I've had one corporation in the state of Michigan and two DBAs doing business as. So the corporation, you're licensed and you're not licensed. You're registered, right? And it's a filing, but that's more of a tax thing. My DBAs, you didn't do a license. You just said, I'm doing business. So I collected money, and it was in high school, and I didn't know any better. I had a DJ business and a lawn service, and I didn't file tax returns or anything like that. I don't know if I should have, but whatever. Statute of limitations while I'm blabbing on the air. But I was able to do business without a license. So at least there's that. But fuck me. So maybe it's a good idea if you're like have to clean shit that can, cut you and
That's
stuff.
totally fine, but be like, at the very least, just say, hey, you have like at rest, they have safe serve certifications, right?
Yeah.
And then they just do regular checkups as well. So
Right, but
don't
let's
make me
say
go
you
through
run
the
a
process.
restaurant. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's say you
No, I
run a
was gonna say, don't make me
restaurant.
go through the process. Your turn. Go ahead.
We keep sorry. Okay, say you run a restaurant, and it's nasty, and you're making people sick. Should somebody be able to shut you down? I can see an argument for yes. Right? Or you're running a barber shop, and you cut somebody and give them hepatitis because you don't clean your razors.
Uh-oh.
Should he be able to shut that down? And I can see an argument for yes. I'm not taking a position because, like I said, I haven't given it enough thought. But what's fucked up is she just did an end around. First she tried to get the stay. That didn't work. Then she pulled his license. And if I were sitting here, I would have said, if that were the right thing to do, why didn't you pull the license to begin with? Because now you have no argument that you just wanted to do it.
Or you could just put a fucking statewide suspension or whatever it is, like I don't know what you call hiatus. I don't know. You should just suspend everybody's license in the entire state until, indefinitely, until further notice.
Well, she said she
Right?
did.
And
There
you
was
just
a government. There was a governor's. I don't know. It's the equivalent of. Fuck, I don't even know what it's the equivalent of. But she was like, you can't do business. And again, the court said no. She said, this is the rule of law. I'm pulling your license. Fucking that. So, you know what people did? As a demonstration, they went on the lawn of the Capitol in Lansing and gave each other haircuts. Which I think is beautiful.
I was gonna say my brother is about to cut my long ass hair. Is he gonna fucking get a fine for that? Yeah. Well, now there's evidence. So.
But
come at
oh
me,
my
Whitmer.
God, this is like this makes me think of on a small scale. Like fucking Stalin or Mao, right? I'm gonna do this, and if you don't like it, fuck you. I'm just gonna do it anyway, and that's what she did.
What are you? No, it's not. Yeah, it's what are you gonna do?
And
What the fuck can you do?
I honestly think that you're a barber. I'm the governor. I'm taking your license. And she's sitting there like, she's like, this barber, I'm the governor. This barber can't do this. That is scary fucking shit.
Yeah, it totally is. And it might come down to that in this instance, but my point by bringing up my earlier comment about the licensing in general is that because this shit happens, can happen, therefore will happen, and did, right? That is why they shouldn't have that fucking power in the first place. That's
anarchy.
Been my thinking for a long time. Not necessarily in this case, but just with the licensing, that one has a big spot in my heart, specifically for barbers or hairstylists, whatever the case is.
Well, I promise you it has something to do with like instruments and cutting hair and public health. Because like I said, when I ran my DJ business, I didn't need a license. You don't need a license. You're just expected to file taxes. So you can go out and do business. So again, I see a reason for it. Public health stuff, razor blades and
also
cutting.
It builds whatever you're reputable that hey we're licensed fucking but
Yeah, but
By
I would
making them
venture
do
to
that,
guess.
then you can fuck them up.
Yeah, I would venture to guess though that if you open any kind of business that has these public health implications, you probably need a license, a doctor's office, you know, needles, razors, restaurants, shit like that. Again, I can see an argument for it, for sure. But fuck me. She went down one path, it didn't work, and then she went down another, which to me is 100% evidence that she's like, I'm just doing this because this is what I want to do. Because if the court said no deal, she'd have been like, all right, no deal. But instead, she went to the agency, which she has total domain over, and had the attorney general pull the fucking license. Fuck that.
Oh, so she had. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask that. Maybe something to do with her potential as being, Biden's VP. She's like, I got.
Oh my God, but this is a negative.
This Barbara's going down. Well, yes, it is, but maybe she's trying to be like for optics as well. Maybe it was just a poor team decision or whatever the case is. But I think you're right. It probably just comes down to, hey, you're the governor. You got to act like one, whether it's internal or.
If it's for optics though, they're bad, man. Bad.
I agree. Yeah. I don't like it.
Pull the license. And why'd you do it? Why did she do it? Because she could.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, by giving them the power in the first place, right?
So I'm curious, other than not abiding by what she said, what did he do? Nothing, right? Nobody went in and said, your raisins aren't clean, your clippers aren't sanitized, your floor's not swept,
Yeah.
there's hair everywhere, this place is a public
And I'm
health
sure it's
hazard.
not.
No. You didn't do what I said. Pull his license.
Yeah, and I'm sure
God.
he didn't forget to pay his fucking, renewal fee. And I'm sure that they're not, remembering to refund that. It's like, whatever.
How many times have you heard me? I'm not a fan. Fix the damn roads. I just don't like this woman. Just personally, I don't like her. I don't.
He's very plain.
Man, oh man. Right? Love your country, fear your government. I don't know if you've probably heard that, right?
Yeah.
There was a guy, there was a great talk show. It was conservative talk radio, but it was really good. It wasn't your standard fucking Fox-ish kind of format. It wasn't, and Rush is okay. He's gotten a lot better over the years. But there was this guy, it was local guys, and there was this guy, Mark Scott. Your dad loved him. I loved him. This guy was awesome.
Yeah.
Because he was not just your, carry the banner, follow the rules, standard bullshit, which is kind of how Rush is. He's smart and articulate and all that, and he's runs a good radio show, but he's just kind of, he's just...
I know he toes the line a little bit, sure. But he also...
He toes the line a
has that
lot.
unique perspective.
No, like I said, he's smart, and he's reasonable, and he's well thought out. But I think he toes the line huge. This guy, Mark Scott, and he passed away in like his 60s. It was tragic. But this show, ask your dad about it. It just had great personalities. And this guy was very conservative and a little bit kind of conspiratorial guy, but
Best.
love your country, fear your government. This guy was so good. He was so good. He was so... And I'm not big on the whole, conservative mantra thing. I can only listen to Rush for so long before I got to turn him off, as is the case with pretty much everybody. But fuck, this guy was good. I would have, he would have been able to rattle off all the detail, or had the time to research it, that I'm curious about. But this is really, really, really bothering me. The government run amok.
I hate just to fucking keep saying it, but it's like that is the fucking thing that that's the core, like the seed of all of my philosophy. Like stems in this instance. It's like all about that. You just give them the power to do that stuff. And then there was the thing about the FBI is now going to have the ability, or they're voting on. I didn't even see if it passed. Actually, this is bad reporting on my end. My apologies, but voting on being able to claim your internet search history without a warrant.
Well,
And it's like, I'm confident they already do that anyway, but
I've never disagreed with that. I've just disagreed with just any position that says, let's blow it up. Let's not improve it. Let's blow it up. That's just dangerous.
and I'm not saying
No, I know.
I'll even
But that's
back
the
off
argument
blow
we've
it up
had,
anymore, but yeah.
right? Just
Y-
don't.
y-
And you've
yeah.
conceded, yeah, blowing it up's probably not a good idea.
Yeah.
But fuck me, man. Man, oh man.
I think she's just like, she's. I'm sure that all of our viewers live in Michigan, or at least live in the Midwest. But she's just like every single middle-aged Michigander woman that I've ever met in my entire life. She's just very boring and not interesting, or like she's not extraordinary by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know that she's necessarily cut out for it. She just got the job. And so maybe you're right. Maybe this is like a fucking. She just sticking the knife. And, how do I
Exact. Well,
show this
yeah,
bitch who's boss? Yeah.
this is demonstrative of that she's not cut out for it. I'm the governor. He's a barber. The court said no. What can I do? What can I? She gets her staff. What can I do? Well, you can have the AG pull her license. Fucking do it. Right? Just a small-minded person. I got elected governor. And I hate
There
to
will
say
be
it,
recourse.
but I just drew an analogy like Trump. I'm the president. And I think he thinks that way a little bit. Right? I'm the fucking president. I'm Donald Trump, and now I'm the president and Donald Trump. I'm Gretchen Whitmer, right? Just a small-minded woman who, holy fuck, I'm the fucking governor. And now she's like, I'm the fucking
shit.
governor. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. This really, really, really makes me nervous.
Send a letter. No, don't send a letter.
Buy another gun. Whatever.
I don't know if I have any room left. I'm trying to. I don't want to belittle your passion about this. It's just like.
Why wouldn't
always
you're,
gonna happen. I
you're
don't know.
not? I know you're not going to belittle me because it's not what you would do. But I think you're maybe like whatever you're going to say. I think it might be
Dispassionate.
trying to talk me off a ledge.
No, I'm not trying to talk you off a ledge. I just want to, like, I'm trying to explain why I'm not. Fuck her, that bitch. I'm not surprised by it, but it's like.
Well, based
Whatever.
upon
And that guy will have
our
recourse whenever there's licensing. What?
based upon kind of your foundation and my foundation conversations we've had, yes, technically you should be more upset about this than me.
Totally. But for me, it's just par for the course. That guy, my job I have, it's just like whatever, somewhat of a self-employed situation. So there's a lot of my licensing stuff for everything, everywhere. There's always recourse. If they pull your license, they got to give you X number of days, and it's quantified, specifically written out with notification, and you have to have a hearing if you're going to object to the findings or whatever the case is. Things will be wrapping up within 90 days, but for any extension due to the coronavirus. And she might have known that. She'd be like, he's going to, whatever, it'll fucking go to this thing, but I'll just do this to slap him on the wrist. And if that was the case, if that was her thinking, like she didn't even really mean to do it, then you're right. It's like what you're saying. I'm the governor. I'm going to fucking put your license and cause you all this shit so you can get a fucking guy to go to court for you or whatever.
You are right.
Deal
I'm
with
jumping to
the AG. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jumping to a conclusion, but I believe that because the reason I believe it is if that was her position, she'd have just, her first course of action would have been pull the license. Not execute a stay. Because she went to plan
Yeah,
A.
yes.
Plan A didn't work out, so she plan B'd it. If plan B had been plan A, then I'd have been like, well, that's shitty, and I still don't like it. But I have reason to believe that she pulled it because she's a fucking fascist or a totalitarian. And she doesn't even
yeah,
know it,
and-
right? You put power in the hands of somebody, an
Well-
individual, right? And here we fucking are. This has me
Well, trust me, my
riled
dad is-
up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I totally know, and I feel no. I know you're riled up, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm like I'm like the downer on the show today, but
no,
I
it's
know where you're
okay.
coming from.
Ah.
I just find it hard, like speaking to intent. So I don't like to imply that I have knowledge on that. But
Well, maybe the reason you're not
Fact of the matter-
impassioned is because this is part of why you think what you think, and this
I
is
was
not.
raised to believe that this happens on a regular, you know.
See,
was
this
like-
is something that
Yeah.
I would have expected. This is something that shouldn't happen, and I wouldn't have said this was inevitable, and that's why it makes me nervous. So maybe your whole thing is this is inevitability, and it's based on what you think, and maybe partly on what was introduced or maybe taught to you a little bit, but fucking A. This is bad fucking shit.
How about this?
California, you can watch
get
the
more?
sun rise and you can watch the sunset. Really? You got to put that on a fucking piece of paper to tell me I can do that? We're losing our way, man.
Yeah, that's super fucking totalitarian. Yeah, exactly.
Activities you can do. Watch the sunrise, watch the sunset. Really? In fucking America? You got to tell me I can do that?
You can kiss my ass, and you can kiss my.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And there
Not
are
surprised,
parts that
but I understand. Yeah.
right. So
Totally
you're not
understand where you're
surprised. I am. I'm fucking upset. I'm upset. So you're not surprised, so you're
At
not.
least you're not that. Yeah. It's not hurting me right now, but I've had moments like that. Every now and then it comes up. Like I just heard my brother was talking about robot tax. I fucking lost it. Whatever. Just yet last night.
What is that?
I hate shit like that. The wealth
What's a-
tax is one of those ones that gets me going. It's a proposal for future VAT tax.
VAT tax is a very
They don't
bad
necessarily
idea.
know if it's going. Yes, so that was my whatever. We were going over that shit, and I'm like, they're gonna fucking tax robot. There's a book called How Do I Tax Thee, and I'm so sorry, I'm forgetting the name of the author. She's a Fox News girl. Super smart, great book. But it's about all these fucked up ways the government just gets around, and there's hidden fees and all this stuff everywhere. Oh, and salt has a tax, and oh, by the way, for me the death tax, wealth tax, or the estate tax, I guess. That one is a big one for me. All
Paying
this
tax
shit.
on money that's
And
already
then-
been paid on.
Yeah.
Explain it and explain why it's wrong for the benefit of people.
Yeah, of course. So if I have a wealth of over $16 million, I don't know.
thought it
how
was
they
five.
quantify that liquid. It might.
Thought it was-
It might be 5. I might be wrong about that.
It's 5.
Look that up, but 5. Okay, so $5 million net wealth, and you pass away, and I believe it has to be intended to be passed on to somebody else, right? Left in a will, for it to be qualified for the tax. But they'll take 40% of whatever that amount is above that $5 million, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which is
so that's
fucked
super
up.
Fucked up.
Because
It's already been taxed. That money was earned, and at that
Right.
point in time, when
you
you're
paid income tax on it your whole
assuming,
fucking
yeah.
life, and you give it to your kids or a charity or whatever. Well, a charity
even if
wouldn't.
it was sitting in a 401k, yeah, charity is different, but even if it was sitting in a 401k, and then assume most people die after they've drawn that shit out and retired, which is when you pay the tax on it. So even if it was sitting in an account, it's like this money, it's double taxed. And the one night I really got into it, I just did a deep dive into the justification behind it, and it was, I fucking shit you not, and if someone can prove me wrong, I would love that, because it would make my world better. Justification for the estate tax is to increase tax revenue. At the end
But
of the
that's
day.
the justification for any tax, right?
Well,
and
I'm
I'm-
like, so what the fuck does that mean? So and then you read a little bit deeper, and they say there's, court docs or whatever the case is. And this is, people try to fight this, I guess. Because that money would have gone on untaxed again into somebody else's hands. And it's like, you're not making any sense. That's a fucking go around. You're taxing the money for the sake of taxation. There's
Well-
no reason to do that.
Let me ask you this.
I don't.
What do you think about the 15% income tax on long-term capital gains?
I don't know much about that tax.
Okay.
Platform.
So if you have a
Set up.
short-term capital gain, let's just
Yeah,
say
no,
it's
a little bit. Yeah.
well, let's say you buy and sell a stock, and you buy it for 10 and you sell it for 20. If it's less than 12 months, it's like your cost basis is $10. Sell it for 20, your income's 10. In less than 12 months, it's short-term capital gains, and it's treated as regular income. If it's more than 12 months, it's treated as long-term capital gains, and it's taxed at 15%. Now, say what you will, but that is a tax that favors the wealthy. So if you have an investment that's over a year and you get dividends off it, you get taxed at 15%. It's the Warren Buffett tax. So where he says, I don't pay enough tax, it's because pretty much all of his income is long-term capital gains. It's stock sales, dividends, whatever gains and or income he gets off of long-term investments. And he says, I don't pay enough. So, and I agree. That is a tax that absolutely favors the wealthy. And not even like really wealthy, because one day it will benefit me and probably you if you do it right. And it's kind of fucked up because it's your income, So where a guy washing dishes, provided he meets the criteria to have to pay income tax, so guy washing dishes or digging ditches or whatever is paying, the graduated income tax rate. Those with investments that give them long-term capital gains are capped at 15%, which is kind of fucked up. It should just be income. So if you make $1 million and your, marginal tax rate is 39% or whatever it is now after Trump did what he did. And you know what? Actually, the 5 million may have changed with Trump's tax thing. So actually, I will rescind the 5 million. I'm absolutely sure, but I don't think it's changed. But anyway, it's a tax that benefits the wealthy and ultimately the uber wealthy. That's kind of fucked up. To say that, and the whole justification is, and this is my alleged area of expertise, right, with a degree in economics with a concentration in public finance, which is how you levy taxes or, fund municipalities and government. And now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, just income's income. So
Right.
however much you make, tax it along with the other people, whether you're digging ditches or managing a company or whatever. That's your income. So whatever. Fuck.
Yeah. That's why I'm a proponent for a flat income tax rate.
Me too.
Should just be the same rate for everybody, right? You don't have a fucking progressive scale where it's like some people pay 0 and some people pay 40. That's fucked up.
Well, here's a
That is
flat income tax.
discrimination.
A flat income tax with a reasonable deduction. Right? So if you're working poor or whatever you want to call it, if everybody gets a deduction of say 10 grand, right? To offset that, a bigger proportion of somebody who's a low wage earner is shit like gas and groceries and food and all that, which makes perfect sense. If we're going to have taxes, particularly income tax, there should be a deduction. So have a deduction that's the right deduction. Yeah, and then a flat tax. And whatever it is makes sense. And if you make 50 grand a year, you're going to pay 10% less your deduction. And if you make, 50 million a year, you're going to pay 10%. And no poor guy loopholes and no rich guy loopholes. So you get a deduction and you don't get a fucking baby. I'm going to have another baby tax credit, right? All that bullshit goes away. right? Don't incentivize people to make babies because I get a tax credit.
No,
Anyway.
you're right. That's a huge that's a what that you just said is a huge argument in the oh god, like the single mother type situation. It's like these guys aren't sticking around, and then you're incentivizing her to just like have kids to get a bigger. Yeah, it's not good. That was Milton Friedman's big thing. He was talking about that 40 years ago, 50 years ago. God, I love that guy. Anyway,
Maybe
yeah,
you should
I
marry
just
him.
hate everything. He's dead. So sad. Abananima. But
I don't even know what
um,
that is. Is that
it
Jewish?
just means rest in peace. It's Italian.
Oh.
No, it's like a yeah,
Catholic?
yeah, it's like yeah, it is, but it's like a stereotypical thing. It's like a joke. It's a poke at Italians, even though whatever. Okay.
Quick
Yeah, I hate all that
digression.
shit.
I am
Yeah.
jonesing for pizza. I may just have to break down and order a pizza tonight. I'm getting to the fuck it phase. I've been afraid to order in. I've been afraid to go through the drive-through. When you called me the other night and it's like, "Hey, we're going to Wendy's," I'm like, I'm gonna have to put it in the oven. Fuck
You're like,
that.
yeah, I get it. Whatever.
Right? Because I want to go to the
fucking-
range. I want to go to the range.
Yeah.
I have that gun I bought in the fall. I haven't shot the fucking thing. People are gonna think I'm crazy. I would like to explain to people. Like, so socially, I would say I am definitely liberal. And I would say fiscally, I'm moderate, if not slightly conservative. But then when it comes to the Second Amendment, man, I'm a proponent.
You gotta be. Yeah. For shit like this.
For shit
'Cause
like
they can
this,
fucking take your license for whatever.
they
right?
can take shit, right?
They can do whatever they want, and you have no fucking say in the matter.
You know, super
You don't
liberal
have a
people
say.
don't understand that I want a gun. I have a gun. I have guns, plural, and I'm one guy. And guess what? And there are super crazy, there are people who are super crazy conservative, like crazy gun people. And setting aside
Ted
like
Nugent.
white, well, Ted's crazy. That having been said, Ted is a guy who would put forth an argument that would say, and he would back it up, and I believe this, even though the guy's fucking psycho, and the older he gets, the more psycho he gets. But Ted would say, I have guns to protect your rights. And I have guns to protect the rights of not only liberals, but leftists. Because that's my duty. That's one of the reasons I have guns. To protect the rights of everybody from things like you're a barber and you want to go back in business, and if the court won't do it, if I can't go through the right channels, I'm just going to pluck your fucking license because I can.
Yeah. Fucking hammer down.
Hammer down. If somebody came to my
Yeah,
door
it's-
to take my guns, I would die giving them up.
Right. That's the point. Yeah.
And
I
guess
don't-
what? Part of it
I'm
is
trying to explain.
people say what you're going to say. The point you're going to make, which I know you're going to make, is important. And it's kind of the same thing. If somebody said you don't have the right to be transgender or gay or whatever, I would die if somebody said you can't fucking be gay, you can't be trans, blacks are going to do this, and you're giving up your guns. I'd say fuck that, and I'm going to fight for all that with my life. And that's the
Not only
thing.
that, yeah.
That's the thing that liberals don't get. Is people who are Second
point
Amendment
you made.
proponents don't want to kill people. They want to defend the Constitution.
I don't even want to. Yes, it's that. It's that at the very core of it. It's just like and it's not even just for me. When Trump was getting elected, there was I forget who it was.
God, these
Some
are killing me.
public figure or whatever, and he was saying, one of his Hispanic friends, or I think it might have been gay or Hispanic. I don't know. Somebody who felt that they were being gonna
Charlie,
be left
is that
behind
you?
by the Trump administration.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Everything's
Can you hear
blurry.
me? What?
What went on? Everything's blurry. Sorry, keep
That's
going.
hilarious.
My glasses are hurting me today.
Are you happy?
Sorry.
Did that
I
make
do
you
enjoy-
happy? I'm okay.
I'm amused with myself.
Whatever. That's okay. I do that all the time. So this guy was saying, hey, when Hispanic guy, gay guy, he was saying, hey, when the government comes for me after they get elected, can I count on you to have my back? Can I hide in your attic? And it's like, yes, dude, that's the point. And I will fucking have your back. I don't care if it's because you're trans, gay, black, whatever. As long as you're not killing other people or, robbing them or harming them. Like, if the government tries to step on shit like that, it's not just for me, but I will also stand up when it's your fucking rights on the line. Because you were, too naive. I was going to say stupid, but I'll just say,
Stupid's
might not have
fine.
seen
Fuck
everything
it,
coming.
man. I'm irreverent today. Fuck.
For the same
fuck
reason
them.
that I wouldn't call you stupid for not seeing the licensing thing coming, but,
Yeah, but they don't.
whatever. Same deal.
Yeah, but they don't get it. Right. So there are people right
yes,
now
a
who
lot
are
of
afraid of the hungry. What was one of the things I said to you? We are not that far from.
Yeah.
If somebody goes hungry, like literally hungry, they will become a predator. You remember what I said to you? I'm not going to be fucking
I'd rather
food.
bleed out in the driveway than be food. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be food.
I agree. Yeah.
What's my point?
Give me freedom or
Oh.
give me death.
Right.
Or wait, what
So
was it?
Rogan was like, okay, I have more than one buddy who were both like hunting friends or shooting friends or whatever. And oh, by the way, if you guys haven't watched past episodes, I'm not a hunter. I don't like killing. I don't even like stepping on bugs. That having been said, I got a friend at work who's in our security department, and he was in a branch of law enforcement, and we were talking about like dogs. Like I could shoot a person, like a bad guy, in a second, but I'd have a really hard time shooting a dog because they're just
You
fucking
gotta watch
innocent.
a couple of those pit bull videos.
Well, I mean,
No problem.
if a pit, that's different. I'm talking like man's best friend kind of thing. But anyway,
No, I know. Obviously, yeah. Never.
I'm
shoot a dog,
ranting today,
but
which
yeah.
is fun. That's the whole purpose of this
I like the
fucking
rant.
show.
It's good. I wish I had the passion. I'm sorry. I'm like emotionless, but
No, it's okay. I'll carry you. You have the passion. You're just tired or whatever it is. Where the fuck was I going? Rogan.
Killing
So he's
people
like,
with
I have a
bugs.
couple buddies. He said more than one, but one in particular, like in the last couple days, the guy had a guns, I don't know, but he said my buddy had a gun, handgun. He kept it in the house. He married a woman, and I don't remember if it was like right when they married or when they had a kid. They had a kid, and she's like, we are not having guns in this house. She's lefty, libtard.
Okay.
Sorry, I haven't said that word in a while, but fuck me. Yeah, no shit. But all of a sudden, she's afraid of what makes me nervous, and part of it is because I'm in a chair, and like I can't run. I have one of two choices: defend my property and fucking die doing it, or be food. Right? And I'm going down shooting, literally.
yeah. What are you gonna
And
say?
maybe this
Yeah,
is like
guys, come eat
I
me.
had this
Come on.
conversation with my brother, who, by the way, lives in Illinois, where it's really hard to get a handgun. Just applied for a license, and they were like, "We're never having a gun in this house," and now he wants a gun because he doesn't want to be food. But anyway, so Rogan's friend married. He's, I don't know, moderate, conservative, whatever. The guy believed or espoused having guns. So he had a gun or guns, married this woman. Again, I've already said this, but I'll repeat. Had a kid, or maybe they were going to have kids, and she's like, we're not going to have guns in this household. Now the pandemic hits, and she's like, get a gun. Get a gun. So when the rubber
one
meets
that
the
I
road,
fucking sold on Craigslist. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
When the rubber meets the road, all of a sudden people want to be protected. And come on, man.
Shocker.
Come on. I was talking to
Shocker. Yeah,
somebody
who
I met
fucking-
on Match, and guns came up, and I didn't say, I got a bunch of guns. Because she's like, people shouldn't have guns because, what happens if all that's going to happen is you're not going to use it right. It's going to get taken from you, and you're going to wind up dead with your own gun. And I'm like, okay, two things. One, if you have a gun and you're too fucking stupid to know how to use it, then die at the hand of your own gun. The other one is...
That's Darwin. That's God right there telling you.
Yeah.
He's calling the shots.
Right. So if somebody's going to rip it out of your hand before you can do any good with it, right. Darwinism, sorry. I forget what the second point was, but it
Oh, fuck.
man.
Take it from you and you... Yeah, stupid as fuck. And this is a Michael Malice thing, and I probably bring him up every episode. But those guys at Defense
I like
Distributed...
that. I watched him in the last episode that you referenced. He had an episode with that comedian guy, and you said he had another one.
They did 5 episodes.
He's
It's
got
called
the
In the
beard or
House, if you
whatever?
watch it.
Yeah. No, I saw a very recent one today when I was getting ready this morning.
If you watch...
And he said some
you
shit
watch
that
the
you
one where they're
referenced
debating,
last week. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. At the end of it, he goes, "Oh, thanks, Charlie," because I donated $20 to his channel.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to get him to read my thing that said "Hi, Lainey" to my sister because she was also watching it, but he just said "Thanks, Charlie." He didn't say it, so whatever.
Well, I've watched them live once, and when the little banners come up,
Yeah.
I think they get color coded. Like,
Yeah.
if it's $5, it's this. If it's $1, it just shows up. If it's like, I think if it's $5, it's yellow. If it's like 20, it's red. Whatever. So that
on that, no, it's 20 is gold. I have no problem giving that dude money for doing that. Like, he's providing a service and it's free. I don't have to pay for it. That is totally worth $20 if I get to be part of that. So I love that.
It's
shit.
not
great.
free because when people stop giving money, he can't afford to do what he's doing. But
Oh, then he's gone. No, he has a job though at Compounds, but good point. Yeah, and Gas Digital. Anyway, yeah. So he his thing is this. Defense Distributed, those guys, 3D gun printing, providing the schematics for 3D printable firearm.
yeah,
parts.
that's kind of controversial.
So the point is this. It is very controversial, and the point is, it's soon going to be an issue that is worthless to argue about or discuss because you'll be unable to stop it from happening no matter what.
It already is. You can't stop
Exactly.
that and so many things. That's why I said there's an argument
You
to
just
be
can't do
made,
it.
but there's not an argument worth having because the genie's out of the bottle. Lucy,
Right, you will not be able to prevent someone at the end
get
of
out of
the
there.
day.
Come
If
here.
you really, really fucking wanted to, you can't do it.
It's like a
That guy's
bomb,
going to get a gun. He can down
right?
it. Yeah.
Timothy McVeigh. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
I have no idea who it is.
he blew up in Oklahoma, the federal
Oh,
building.
the federal. Yeah. The hell was that?
If you
With
want to
the
make a
fucking-
bomb out of fertilizer
fertilizer?
and kerosene or
Yeah.
whatever the ignition is, with
Put it in the
a
back.
U-Haul truck,
Or a van.
genie's out of the bottle. I mean, that happened 20 years ago. He blew up a half a fucking building with a U-Haul truck and fertilizer. And there's a lot more sophisticated shit out there. That genie is so fucking out of the bottle. Bombs, guns, whatever else. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Right.
That
it's
said-
not worth it. Yeah. Right.
And somebody who's going to do that really, really, really wants to wreak havoc. And if they can't do it with a 3D printed gun, they'll do it with a knife. I mean, if somebody's that fucking determined, they'll do it.
And are you gonna stop that guy with something? Would you rather stop that guy with this or with a fucking Glock? Right? Like, just pick one.
It's
Even if
funny.
you're the person,
yeah.
if you accept the argument that other people are gonna be getting those, you can't stop it. You're like, shit, these exist. Even the government can't help me here. If you're
Well,
gonna
the government can.
accept
And
that fact,
here's what I was about to say.
sort of. Yeah.
And I told you I had a conversation with this woman off of a dating site. But people say, and people criticize this, but it's the fucking truth. the way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. And it doesn't have to be an individual citizen, because good guys with
even
guns
good,
are also the
opposing
police and the FBI and the army and on, right? So the only way to, because how the fuck do you stop ISIS? Special forces with guns. Sorry, that's the way you do it,
Fucking Moab bomb. Yeah. Should I
Right.
have one of those? Right. Right.
right? But the only way to stop a good guy who's armed is, or a bad guy who's armed, is a good guy who's armed. Period. Fucking period.
Or learn how to use ninja throwing stars. You know?
Exactly. Showing up to gunfights with knives is not a good idea.
And there's a reason that's literally fucking, yes, that's the reason there's a saying. How many times did that have to happen before the guy was just like, he's like, really? You want to do this? I'm picturing it happening out west.
So as I was picking out the most recent gun I bought, I've stumbled onto a lot of fucking crazy ass. What's the word for people who are like survivalist guys? There's a word for it.
Preppers.
Preppers. Right.
Yeah.
I have come across
shit.
a lot of prepper fucking YouTube channels. Oh my God. These guys are out there. But
Those are
after this
wild.
episode, I think maybe a lot of people might be like, wow, fucking Chris is out there. Never knew it. Anyway, you know, is owning 100
Chris-
firearms a bad thing? I don't know. Own 100 firearms. Just a teaser. Anyway, what the hell was my point?
Prepper guys are crazy and they'll fucking do anything.
Oh, yeah. Now, so I'm on the internet. I don't know. What
You're
did you say
watching these
before that?
videos and you found something?
Can't remember.
Oh, the Old West, if you're going to bring a knife to a gunfight type thing. The cowboy's like, you really want to do this? I said that verbatim, but it doesn't matter.
Don't remember. Anyway,
Man, aging just sucks, doesn't it?
aging? Why? Why?
You can't
Why?
remember. I mean,
'Cause I
no,
don't-
you're fucking super young, yeah. That was a joke.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry.
On our, yeah. Oh, me and my non-creative mind.
No, just your failing memory soon to be non-existent.
I know. Between this episode and our next
Whatever.
episode, I'll be a year older. You brought this up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow,
I'll be
wow.
a week older, but I'll be a year older in terms of checking the birthday box.
Nice. Are you gonna take that early exemption? I'm just kidding. He's way off. He's way
I'm not there yet.
He's not that old.
Right.
mind. Sorry.
Hey, man, it's still mostly
Whatever.
dark
Yeah.
and not
You're
receding.
good, man. You're good.
Knock on wood. Except
No,
I
they
can't
say
see without
that when
my
you're
fucking
30,
glasses.
Kind of got what you got.
Yeah, we had a guy in like 10th or 11th grade, Chuck H. His hairline started receding crazy. By the time we were fucking seniors, it was like, you know, probably a third of the way back. Felt bad for the guy. Crazy, man.
My little brother. Oh yeah, my little brother had a football, friend on the football team. Massive guy, but by the time he turned 18, because it had gotten so bad just in high school, he was already going full bald. Because it was like, and I don't mean like his hair was all like, because his hair was all the way like horseshoed, but he was just fucking shaving it. Like he had committed to being fully bald as a style at the age of 18. And I was
Well,
like,
the good thing-
damn, that sucks.
The good thing is that is a very acceptable hairstyle now. I will tell you, when I was, say, in elementary, junior high, I would say for years before that and years after, until relatively recently, and maybe your whole lifetime, there was like a haircut that people had. And if you were bald, you were an outlier. And you were bald
High and
because
tight.
you were bald. So, I mean, right now, if somebody were
Fucking
bald,
loser.
right, literally. But right now, if you
Yeah,
went
yeah.
from bald, short like me, shorter like you, down to fucking blonde, Goldilocks halfway down your back is a guy. Any of those, I don't think would be considered not normal today.
Doesn't
And
even matter. Yeah,
It was,
especially 'cause
until
barbers
10
don't
or
judge.
15 years ago, it was never like that. Maybe 20 years ago. Shave your head. Just shave your head.
Different. It has to do with I would guess just cultural, hanging on to traditional values, shit like that in the home. But whatever.
I don't
You have pressure.
disagree.
Even my mom right now is fucking getting on my ass.
About
like,
what?
What are you
About
gonna
what?
Clean up that my hair. And this is like as bad as it's ever been, ever. So she's justified.
Yeah, it's
in
so
that,
out
but
of control. I mean, looking at you on the screen, your hair's short on the sides
No,
and
you can't tell. You can't see the back.
Neck
It's
fuzz?
disgusting.
well, that's different.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, right. And
Yeah, but that's
had she
not the
said
length of your
anything, I
hair.
wouldn't
That's
fucking
just-
do anything.
Yeah, that's just attention to detail and
Lack of
grooming.
maintenance. Oh yeah, fucking grooming because I can't do that. It's hard to do. I can't get it. So she just like, and I wouldn't fucking care otherwise. So
Mirror in
haircuts
this
are-
hand, clippers in this hand. You can get really close. Have you tried?
But where do my feet go? Just joking.
No, you stand in front of. So you got a big mirror behind you.
I'm kidding. There's a setup where I can use like a swing out, the medicine cabinet mirror and just stand
Okay.
in front of the other mirror. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm fucking lazy. Yeah.
Or just shave.
Not wrong though.
I'll tell you what.
Just fucking go.
You
buzz it
didn't
all
see
off.
me, and it's hard to tell because when I comb my hair
No,
over, it looks
I
as
could
short
tell.
as it does now. But yeah, 2 weeks ago, I had
You
a
were
number
bald
2 clipper
as of-
everywhere but the top, and the top was a number 3. My hair was short.
No, if you look, no, yeah, I noticed. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't know how you
Yeah,
felt.
my hair. I don't care.
I didn't
my
know
hair's
if it was
short.
someone else cut it for you. Yeah, whatever. It
No,
was
I
short.
intentionally.
Yeah.
I've never buzzed the whole top of my head, including my bangs. Never done it. And I'm like, let's see how it looks. Can't hurt.
I've
It'll
done it
always
once.
grow
I did
back.
it when I was 15. Yeah.
Ah, fuck me.
And then I let it grow out for fucking 6 months. Yeah, I could use a fucking haircut, man. I wish Whitmer wasn't gonna fuck. At least, at least she did not, or whoever powers that be did not go after that guy and threaten to throw him in jail. Because that woman down in where was it?
Oh, his license got plucked on Thursday. This is still developing.
Right, but he hasn't. He's not like going to jail yet. Where was that? The woman who went to prison because she said, "Hey, if you want to fucking put me in jail." Or if she said, if you want kids to go hungry, put me in jail because that's why I opened my salon. Because my kids need to eat and my employees' kids need to eat too.
Where was
They
this?
fucking threw her in jail. Wish I knew. I don't know.
Not in
I wanna say
Michigan?
Philly or Yeah, I don't know. I want to say East Coast,
fucked
but I also want
up.
to say down south. So she went to jail for whatever it was. And sure enough, don't underestimate the goodness of people. They raised $500K for her on Patreon or whatever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Tina Fey held a
Whatever, one of
special.
those crowdfunding.
Tina Fey held a special.
Oh, yeah?
1 or 2 hour show, maybe 2 hours. $115 million.
Wow. For what?
That's every adult in America giving $1. That's amazing.
What is the money going towards?
I think it was for to help out.
She was like-
Go
It's
ahead.
Like AIDS medication. I was just gonna say like it's totally irrelevant to coronavirus. That would be so funny. Like you do all this shit, you get all the money, and at the end of it, and you're like, and this is going towards HIV. You're like,
No,
what?
no. It was to try to get the average height of a midget from 4'10" to 4'11".
That is funny. That's good.
No, it's for I think it's just for basically unemployed people like waiters, waitresses,
Okay, got it.
that
Yeah.
kind of thing. But $115 million
fund, yeah.
bucks. That's pretty impressive in a
that's
2-hour
way more.
NBC comedy skit.
2 hours. That's not bad at all.
All right, so I'm shifting gears here, and I think they're making a statement as much as they're being socially responsible. Have you watched and I'm not a big fan of the new Tonight Show guy from Saturday Night Live. Fuck, he's turned it into a variety show. Not Jimmy Kimmel, but
Those are so anachronistic. It's disgusting.
what fuck.
See the Australian guy?
No. That guy
The-
bugs me. He's worthless. Not worthless,
Jimmy
but worthless.
Fallon? I
Is
don't know who it is.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah. Jimmy Fallon has turned the night show or the Tonight Show into a variety show. They're doing these goofy skits, and he's singing and playing his guitar, and
Fucking stupid. Yeah.
yeah.
I hate that shit.
So do I. But anyway, so he does it from his home, and all their guests dial in. It's this. It's the same fucking technology as this. But, like, Lester Holt goes into the studio for the NBC News. Fuck, our local Channel 4 goes into the studio. Channel 2 has personalities in the studio. I presume Channel 7. I don't watch them in the morning. But what the hell is my point? Oh, it's almost like cliche to do these from home broadcasts, and it's bugging me, right? I mean, I think he does it from California. Like, Rogan goes in every day, 3 or 4 days a week.
Malice. Fucking Malice.
Yeah, he goes to his studio. There's people going to studios. So you don't have to do everything remotely. If you go to the studio and you social distance and you scale it down to the minimum number of employees, so you got a couple of producers, a couple, support people doing the facility shit, and somebody a microphone, and you're all 10 or 20 or 50 feet apart, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
But so Jimmy Fallon, I promise you, could go into the studio relatively risk-free if they did it right. But he's doing it from his home, and it's awful. And you know what really bugs me is, and you know this, the trouble to which and as soon as you got involved, you helped me do it. The trouble to which I went to make sure, especially audio was really good. And then we're broadcasting live in 1080p. And the audio and the video are better than the fucking Tonight Show. And you have this hollow audio.
You fucking amateurs.
Exactly. I'm like, I put a studio together that blows you guys away on a not crazy budget in a fucking week and a half. Right? I mean, whatever. So how long did we
It
go
was
through
even
on the
packaged
microphone?
nice and neat in a box.
Yeah,
Fucking, you just gave
it's
it to
on
me,
an
all set
8x5 table, right? I have three
yeah.
fucking HD cameras, right? How long did it take us to go ultimately through the microphone selection process? 2 weeks, 3 weeks at the most?
Oh, you mean back when we first bought these?
Yeah, a couple weeks. And the
yeah, 2
first
weeks
ones
tops.
weren't awful.
2 trips to the Guitar Center. That's it.
Yeah, and
the first
but
ones
some
were not bad.
tests.
No.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
one was way better than what I'm hearing. So anyway, it just bugs me because it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
How long
no,
we
it's
been
like
on?
Fucking try, my God. It's almost 1 hour even.
Okay, I was gonna say, I hope it's not like 3 hours because I've been going on. Anyway,
No, I think we're at like an hour and 10 minutes.
okay.
I love this shit. You're like totally impassioned. These are when the episodes are good. And I hate when I'm like not doing that because then you end up apologizing. Like you're doing something wrong.
No,
I
it's
fucking love it.
fine.
It's good.
It's fine.
Great. Yeah, I wish I had more angry Chris. Hate the government. Just let the hate flow through you.
I don't
send you
hate
that
the
meme.
government.
It's a good
I
one.
don't hate the government. I fear the government. Right? Love your country, fear your government.
Which is, yeah.
But
I'll say be smart, fear the government.
yeah. But this
Anticipate
is the
this shit.
first time I've ever really seen in action what people tell you to be afraid about, which is somebody who's just a regular person. And at the end of the day, the government is all regular people. So why are others so comfortable fucking empowering them to make all the decisions for us? You can watch the sunrise, you can watch the sunset. Really? Right? If you're fucking listening to this, that is scary, scary stuff. And you can go to the beach, but you can't sit down. That's the edict in California. You can go to the beach and you can't sit down.
They said that?
Well, what the
Wow.
fuck can you do? Yes. You're not allowed to be seated.
What if you have a health restriction that like you have to sit down every 10 minutes?
What does going to
Not
the
being
beach mean?
inclusive.
But you go to the beach to chill. You fucking stick an umbrella in the sand, you put your chair out, and you watch the waves roll in. That's the best part of the beach.
Yeah.
The sand's comfortable,
Beach
the
is good.
view's fine, there's people around, and now you got to have social
Coughing.
distancing, but fuck. If you got a whole family that lives under one roof, just go under an umbrella, put your chairs down, fucking chill. Oh my God, man.
Chill, bro. Hey, it's all good, man. Um, yeah, this is good. I'm glad that you're aware of this shit. I don't know if, and I'm gonna have my dad explain this full story to you, but I have another good example of this stuff in action, like corruption, fucking not following the rules, and just doing whatever you want because you are the person in power. I forget where it is, and I apologize. It's probably best so that I don't accidentally out somebody. But my dad, well, uncle, was in a car accident, and all this stuff happened. Whatever. The car ended up in a lot at a garage, right? Not an impound garage. It was just at a typical body shop, right? It was there for
The
a
first
while.
place
I
it
wanna
wound up.
say-
Joe's Towing Service, it wound
Yeah.
up at Joe's kind of thing.
Yeah, it just ended up there, right?
Yep.
So it stayed. It wasn't, but it was something to do. I forget. Anyway, the car was there, needed work done. My dad is basically, because he's cheap, shopping around to get the best rate for it to fix the car before he had to, make it happen. So the guy's like, yeah, fine, whatever, no worries. Just tell me what we need to do. Go through this whole thing, and then my dad, he's negotiating with the price with the guy where the place already is, and then all this stuff. The dude is being a fucker because the car's in his lot. So he basically has all the power in this circumstance, right? Here he would assume. So he's charging him an exorbitant fee. My dad decides he's not going to go with him. The dude is just being a fucker on the business side of things. My dad has enough. He's like, fuck you, whatever happens, right? 3 or 5 fucked up things. Doug goes into research the dude's shop. License expired for fucking 7 years. Not only that, he had the state police, like the regional, or maybe it was a contract for fixing up all the state police vehicles in the area. And his wife was some fucking chick on the board of, for the township or wherever it was. So it's corruption to the utmost level, no fucking regard for the rules whatsoever. Do what you want because the rules are just guidelines, right? Because we're the one who enforces them. That guy and whoever, even the police department in that instance, signing that contract with that guy, not being licensed, he's due 7 years of retroactive. He has to pay back any money he's collected to anybody that he did work for. That's the punishment for breaking that rule. Nothing ever came of it because I think they resolved the matter because some of that was brought to light to that guy. But like the fucking terrible shit that people will do when they have a little bit of power, it really goes to their head. And when you're a fucking governor or a president or a congressperson, you cannot trust those people, not even as far as you can throw them.
Well, you know what's interesting, and a great example is, think of AOC. She went from a barista, bartender, whatever, who was the working poor, to a state representative makes 170 grand. Plus, you have like pretty much zero living expenses because you get a stipend for housing, a stipend for food, you get gold-plated medical coverage, you get, I forget what it is, but like 170 grand is a drop in the bucket. They cost like $1 million or something close there to run their show because they get a budget for aides, they get a budget for an office, again, a housing and food stipend, and on and on. So she went from poor to statistically rich at like the snap of your fingers, right? The minute she got instated. Anyway, what was the point? She just went from standing for one thing and standing against another thing to continuing to stand for what she stood for, but being those whom against she railed. And I don't know what got me on this, but so she's now a hypocrite, right?
Yes.
So who are you talking about that made me think of AOC?
I was talking about the government, the fucking government who's gonna revoke your license because you're doing something wrong, and then they don't give a fuck about the guy that they're doing business with directly, not even having one for nearly a decade. Yeah, the government hypocrisy is rampant, and that's what really gets me riled up. You should be shot for that. I'm not just fucking joking. I mean that seriously. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's a little harsh.
It's fucked up. Don't be the person in charge and set up these rules if you're just gonna fucking blatantly
I'm saying
not abide by them.
the death penalty is a little harsh.
Oh, okay.
Do you
maybe
believe in the
not
death
shot.
penalty?
That's fair. Um,
Well, I mean,
I believe in.
all right, do you favor it? We have to believe in it because it exists.
Right. No, it's fake. They've never fucking done that.
Right,
No, I
right.
think the death penalty is wrong. I think it's wrong. Just because of the process, not necessarily the philosophy behind it.
There you go. Right. Do we really want to empower our government to kill people?
No, because they fucked it up
Civilians.
to do that awful as well. Yeah.
Right.
They inject you with
Right,
a
right, right.
paralytic, and it's like, oh, it's painless. So, no, maybe not shot, but do I think that those people who represent us should have the fear in God that we will kill them if they do shit wrong? Yeah, they should probably be scared of that. That would help things a lot, I think. But
Second Amendment.
Boom. Right.
Bam.
No, I don't. No, shouldn't shoot a city councilwoman for doing whatever. But
I'm not talking
that's
about
so
that. I'm
fucked
talking
up in
about
that-
I will stand up for the rights of people who don't have the balls to stand up for themselves. And I do. Right?
I was gonna say means, not necessarily balls. You know, if you don't have a gun, I got your back. That's fine. But if you
Oh, yeah.
choose to lay down,
Semantics. You're
it's not
right.
There. Yeah,
No, you're right.
sure.
Anyway, man, oh man, oh man. Should we wrap it?
This is an emotionally yeah, that was kind of a good way to end it. Hopefully you guys take that with a grain of salt. Just think about that shit. The hypocrisy is everywhere. Once you know the code, you fucking see it everywhere. You'll see. Wait, but you didn't notice my new
That's
prop.
Well put.
Sorry. Notice
You
anything
got
different?
the Chaka hand. Well, they're arranged differently. They're pretty small. Hang on, let's do this. Help everybody
It's
out.
pretty
here.
obvious. Look at this.
Oh, you got a light
So
thing.
I have. No. Well, and I wasn't doing it to show up the globe, but ended up doing that anyway. So here's the original globe. Right?
Oh, bigger
Here's an
goal.
update for
Oh,
everybody.
it's turning. It was too
Wait,
small
wait,
before.
wait. It's floating. You can't see it, but that's magleved floating on nothing. That was
Cool.
Pretty cool.
You can see your full screen now, right?
Yeah. Anyway, it's kind of fun. I bought that
It was-
and I
it was
got it
too
and I was
small
like, this
to
is a total
see.
fucking waste of money. Yeah, it was. Yeah, the little one is smaller, but it was a gift from you, so I appreciate it. That one is not bad at all. It's pretty cool. You can like.
No,
fuck
that's
around with
very cool. And so, what's it like? Magnetic that it's floating on, or
it. Yeah,
what's
look at
making
that.
it float?
It's magnets. I don't know.
That's cool. Very cool.
Maybe not. I fucked it up. Anyway.
Whoops! Now you did it. So you can see right here. It's kind of yeah. You can tell if you're really looking. Oh, it's your turn. We have not. Oh yeah, that's much larger. We have not solicited the opinion of the 8-ball. We can't quit yet. It's your turn. You said it was your turn because I went 2 weeks in a row. Uh-oh. Hang on. I lost audio on you. Hang on. All right, you're back.
Okay, so my question to the 8-ball was: is the government really looking out for our best interests? Let's see. Let's go to spin.
They're not, man. They're looking out for their own best interest.
Oh, it says without a doubt. I don't know. 8-ball spoke.
This is the first time.
Well, that episode was a
question the 8-ball.
fucking waste of time.
Right.
The 8-ball just could have gotten that out of the way pretty quickly.
The 8-ball just shit on us. Me in particular.
Damn. We won't tell the 8-ball that. We'll just have to agree to disagree on this one.
No. Yeah, you got to trust in the 8-ball. All right, man.
I'll
Shall
change
we
my
wrap
whole
it up?
worldview based on that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it,
yikes.
folks.
All right. Hey, thanks for
It's turned
listening.
into
Right? The guy, whatever. People saw a little bit different side of me, but that's good. Because guess what? I'm standing up for everybody, even if it doesn't sound like it. That's the deal. That's the
That's
deal,
the
man.
moral of
All
this
right,
episode.
so
There you go.
a little bit of tunes here. You ready? Bam.
Playing the air guitar, but there's no music.
Hang on. What just happened?
Down. This has turned into a travesty.
It's all right. We're gonna listen to tunes for a couple seconds. All right. I am first on, first off. You are last on, last off. Give us a pose. No, give me a pose.
The beach is that way.
All right, man. We're out. Later, people.
Peace.